Hi, I'm Max.
And I'm Skylar.
Recently, we decided to start watching Bob's Burgers to see what it was all about.
And it didn't take us long to become completely obsessed with the show.
But one of the things we love the most about the show is the brilliant end credit sequences.
Which is why we created this podcast.
Each week, we're going episode by episode to talk about the elaborate end credits.
We're excited to have you join us right here on Bob's Credits.
We'll make sure the Bob's Burgers end credits get the credit they're due.
All right!
Okay, I'm going to try and bring out my best crooner for this one.
Ooh.
So tell me, why should it be true that I get a jip-jip-a-roo?
Cute.
Thank you.
Love it.
Thank you. It was a little homage to Linda from the last episode.
That worked beautifully. Did you think about that?
Similar eras. No, I think that just happened, kind of. Hey everyone, welcome back to our second parter for a two-part episode.
All the parts.
No
wobbly bits.
No wobbly bits. Bob's Burgers was a two-parter, and Bob's Credits is a two-parter. We should have left the last one on a cliffhanger.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Skylar, I'm going to murder you. And then you get here and like, no, you're fine.
oh my gosh. And then they were like really worried.
Yeah,
Because
it's been
the
a whole
stakes
week.
were so high.
Yeah, the stakes were low and...
Hi.
Oh, that's
Hi.
right. That's right.
My murder is a high stake situation.
Yeah, but not if I did it.
Why?
Because...
It's always the boyfriend.
It always is.
Do you ever play that game with y'all's spouse if you guys are partnered? Like, if I went missing, like, think about the story. Like, what story do you think they would create about you?
100% it'd be me. He was tired of sharing the dog with her. That's the real reason behind it. Before we conclude this episode, this two-part episode, do you want to play a little Bob pun or Max pun?
I'd love to.
Oh, good. Okay. Your first pun is... Pear goes the neighborhood. Comes with a side of pear salad.
Bob.
Yes. Biscuit just had lunch and he's going nuts. He's so happy. He loves having lunch. He loves having a full belly and he just goes crazy. Oh, he found a squeaky toy.
Happiest after lunch, which I feel like is the same with Gene.
And us.
Oh, definitely.
Your next pun is A Tale of Two Cities.
Bob.
Max. Your next pun is You win plum, you lose plum.
Max.
Yes. And your final pun is Banani, get your gun.
Ugh. Well, no, you could do like some fried
Plantains. Yeah.
Max?
Yes. Did you get all of them? No. No, you got one wrong.
Wow.
That's pretty good, though.
That's pretty good. You tried to trick me by doing more Max ones than Bob ones.
I did. I do that occasionally. Should we get into the conclusion of season 4?
Yeah.
Okay. Skylar, can we have the title and synopsis for season 4, episode 22, please?
All right. I thought it was just going to be Wharf Horse Part 2, but it is not. The title is World War II, The Wharfening. And
it's still it's still got the parentheses or How Bob Saves / Destroys a Town Part 2.
Thank you.
And obviously World War II is World War II. And the other one, as we mentioned in last week's episode, is a parody of Dr. Strangelove or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb.
What about the Wharfening, though? Do you think that's the deepening again?
Yeah, or like the... What are the movies that have like the something? The Shining. The Happening.
What's the Happening? What's the Happening?
The Happening is an awful M. Night Shyamalan movie with Mark Wahlberg that I recommend everyone go watch because it's so bad.
Really?
Yeah, it's about the plants attacking people.
Okay.
It's so bad. It's Mark Wahlberg and Zooey Deschanel, and it's like Mark Wahlberg at his worst acting, and it's just a bad movie.
Love a bad movie.
One little fun fact there about the title too, before we get into the synopsis, is that it's the longest title of any Bob's Burger episode.
I love a fun fact like that. Thank you. All right, here's the synopsis. When Bob decides not to go along with Felix's evil plan, the wharf is the heart of the town after all. Felix ties Mr. Fishoder and Bob up under the wharf. As the tide rises, it's clear they'll die if they don't get help. Their only hope? Texting Linda and the kids. But will they be able to decipher his incoherent text gibberish? Could he be at Pierre's, the restaurant down the way? Nope. All that's there is a ton of shrimp for Gene to get his 8 little shrimp-loving fingers on.
This. Whoa.
Whoa.
This.
That was really scary.
This episode came out on May 18th, 2014. It was written by Lizzie Molyneux and Wendy Molyneux and directed by Jennifer Coyle.
All-female team bringing season 4 home.
Love those Molyneux sisters always. I like that this two-parter was written by 2 different writing teams or whatever. It wasn't like one writer wrote the entire hour-long thing.
Exactly. That was
I wonder,
cool.
do you think there was a whole planned story for the thing, or do you think one person wrote the first half and then they passed along and said, and now you've got to complete this?
No way.
No?
Because they outlined the episodes in the room.
And you're right, the end credits also, that could have been after.
Yeah.
It would have been fun if that was kind of like the thing, we'll write this first episode and you take what we've written and conclude it.
I love that. Actually, I'm like a little bit of a Christmas nerd.
Little bit.
That Netflix show, Dash and Lily, that book was written that way. So it was a male and female writing team. And so he would write Dash's part and then he'd be like, and then I left the book on the train for you to, and then the female author would get his pages, write out the plot, send it back to him, and that's how they created that.
Oh, that's how we should record this podcast from now on.
Isn't that kind of what conversation is, though?
I guess it is. But what if I just recorded my side here, and I sat in the room and I recorded, waiting for your responses, and then you came in and recorded and just responded to me?
I feel like this could be like a fun board game or something.
The board is right.
All right, let's pick it up. Let's pick up the pace.
I got some fun facts for you about this episode.
Give them all to me.
This is the second episode without an opening sequence, as we said.
Is it just a title card, or does it just bam into the action?
It goes in the recap, and then gets bam into the action.
Do you think this is the first recap?
Yeah, I think it is the first recap.
Okay.
What do you think about the second half of this?
I love it. Linda saves the day. The kids save the day. Gene has a shirt full of shrimp.
Felix is an awful human being, but Fanny is the worst.
The worst.
But lovable.
I find the drowning part very dark. I'm worried. But I like how Louise kind of takes charge of we're going to figure out what these jumbled texts are. She gets the chalkboard out and she's a good leader. I love that about her.
Louise is always the brains behind most outfits on this show.
And I do have a favorite Louise part, if I may.
Yeah, by all means.
I feel multiple times she kind of says, if we lose Dad, just some extra weight, whatever. But then when it's kind of getting more intense, she's like, we need Dad. And Linda's like, oh, I know. This is a 2-parent, 2-bottle-of-wine household.
Yeah, great line.
So she can be all dismissive of not being scared that her dad's in trouble. But at the end of the day, she's a 9-year-old girl who loves her dad. And I love that they went there with that.
The heart always is the most incredible part about this show.
Yeah.
The only other fun fact I have for you, because we already last week went through all of the voice casts who's returning. We've got Zach Galifianakis as Felix, we've got Bill Hader as Mickey, we got Jordan Peele as Fanny. Great casting there. But this is the first time we get a solo Silverman performance, because Andy Andy sings a line in Bad Things Are Bad, which is the song that is a follow-up to Nice Things Are Nice from the last one.
Yes.
Andy has a line in it, but Ollie does not.
Oh.
So we get Laura Silverman performing for the first time without her sister Sarah Silverman.
Oh, that's interesting. I think we need to rewind.
Okay.
I think a huge highlight of this episode is the follow-up song Bad Things Are Bad, and all the cameos.
Yeah.
Was that we got Jocelyn, we had Jimmy Jr.,
we got Tammy, we got Zeke, we got Ollie, as I said. No, not Ollie, Andy.
Don't take that away from her.
Her solo performance?
Yeah.
I wonder what the decision was to have them not
Maybe
sing
scheduling.
together. Yeah, could have been.
Because it's just cameos. They're not like, they weren't hired for an episode or anything like that.
Right.
Did you enjoy that? The cameos?
Oh, yeah. It was kind of like, they were like, oh, this is the last episode of the season. Let's toss, some of these fan favorites in here however we can, because a lot of it's taking place in one location. I mean, it is. It's all taking place in one location. It's really about just like Bob and Mr. Fischoeder being saved under this pier.
That's such a good point. We're saying goodbye to them for a season. Oh.
So it's nice that they tossed a few of them in there in the song.
I really loved that.
I mean, when you think about it, what's the one time they can like go just randomly to other places for no reason? A song.
Yeah. A dream.
Yeah.
A thought.
So do we want to, are we done talking about the episode, or do we want to get into the credits? Or
I just wanted to ask you quickly because I shared my thoughts. Yeah. What are your feelings about this episode?
Just like, so because it's a two-parter, I was not like that into it the first time around, but I love this episode now. Like we watched it maybe 3 or 4 times now, and I love it. I love everything about it. I love the two-parter. I love the family coming together. I love seeing them at the end of the episode, and spoiler for the credits, we're a little bit more back to normal. At the end to end the season. The
crouton bed party.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
We'll hear that the clip right before the
it's perfect.
The end credits.
Perfect way to end season 4.
Yeah, I love it.
Good. I'm glad.
Okay, I'm glad. I'm glad you're glad. Should we get into the credits?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the last few moments. They've been officially rescued, the Belchers. They've all got like those blankets that you put over you. And like when police come and ambulance come and you're in a situation where you need a blanket.
They're not the foil.
No, they're just black. They're like just to keep them warm.
Yeah.
Tina's still got a lock around her neck.
That looks so uncomfortable.
She did swallow the key. It's the only way.
Put a pin in that right there.
Yeah. And Gene has tied his blanket around his neck like a cape. Of course he has.
And can you talk about Louise's ears? Because I find that ridiculously endearing.
Louise has got her blanket pulled over her head like a hoodie, but she still has her ears on, so her ears are pushed forward through the hoodie. It's so cute.
So cute.
She's adorable. Let's hear what they have to say after coming out of all this.
We get it, Dad. You love the wharf.
I don't even want to look at it.
No, I'm going to have a bottle of wine and eat some croutons in bed.
Yay, crouton party in Mom and Dad's bed.
No. Oh, my God.
Okay. So, crouton party in Mom and Dad's bed.
And then we get one more shot, which is kind of a pullback over the whole town, the beautiful wharf.
You hear the sounds of the wharf. The roller coaster going.
My heart kind of melted.
Really?
Yeah, because it's the end of season 4. They've really hit their stride in season 4. And I meant to say this last week, but I really love when a town or a location is a character in and of itself in a TV show, and the wharf is that for them. And I got the feels.
Yeah, it's really a great way to end a season.
Yeah.
It's so good. And we jump into the end credits. Another great way to end the season.
Another great way to end the season. Last week was so far left for Bob's.
Yeah, we went full Bond movie.
And where are we now?
We're back in the kitchen where Skylar and I love to be. Not in our kitchen. Well, I guess we like to be in our kitchen, but it's small.
It's a stressful place. There's a lot of fights in our kitchen.
A lot of bumping into each other. A lot of elbows.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us what's going on. We're in the kitchen for the end credits, but is there anything different going on?
So we start super, super classic, except Gene is on the floor with his shirt. He's holding his shirt up for his little shrimp bowl.
Yeah, he's creating like a little bucket with his shirt. Yeah.
And he's eating shrimp, and that's a lot of tails. on the floor next to his left leg. So he's been going at those shrimp for a while.
Have you ever seen anyone in your life eat shrimp like that?
You.
Thank you.
100%.
Thank you. I was hoping you'd say me. I could out eat Gene, I think, in a shrimp eating contest.
Wait, I'm so stupid. Of course Tina has the bar around her neck in the end scene because they haven't found the key yet.
Yeah.
Which is what you said. Okay.
Yeah. I was teasing that for these end credits.
Right.
Spoiler alert.
I didn't notice this, but Bob is still missing his shoe.
Yeah.
He walked out in the last scene. He was missing a shoe because, of course, you would be missing a shoe after almost drowning or being shot to death. So
it's what we talk about when it's the kitchen end credit sequence, and it's like obviously a continuation. They just go right home, no matter what happened to them. He just survived. He almost died. They had to rescue him. Tina's still got a lock around her neck, and they just go home and start cooking.
But
You never don't hit that dinner rush, I guess.
But that actually speaks beautifully to the whole theme of this episode, which is Bob was persuaded by having life is easier with more money. It is. He was really persuaded with that, but he didn't give up, the wharf and his little weird funky town for that. So this is what they have to do. They have to make it home to the dinner rush with one shoe on, and this is the alternate to selling out. And it's beautiful and cute.
Gene's got a full shirt of shrimp. What more can you need?
I'm really sorry. I did not. Of course, you could beat Gene in a shrimp eating contest. I'm really sorry.
Thank you.
That I cut you off there.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I was going to elbow you in the side. One thing I want to point out about Gene, by the way, is that he is eating shellfish, but in multiple episodes, it's been revealed that he's allergic to shellfish.
Or is it just lobster? Because that's you.
That is me. I can relate. But if he is allergic to shrimp, it's like me with lobster, where sometimes it's just worth it.
Didn't he do that? Didn't he just eat the lobster?
Yeah,
because it was.
Yeah, I think we talked about that during Lobster Fest.
He's they're gonna have a night on top of already having a night.
Yeah, it's heavy for me. It's these just heavy muscle stomach cramps.
I think his face is gonna balloon up
Yeah, mine doesn't do that, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm Linda right now.
You
crouton.
Wish. You wish.
Oh, hush. A wine night, a wine crouton party in bed after almost being killed and my children and husband almost being killed. That sounds like heaven.
It sounds like heaven even without almost being killed.
Right? So if my child wanders in and he's like, Mom, I ate the shrimp I wasn't supposed to eat. I think we have to go to the hospital. I would be like, God damn it. I'm bringing my wine and croutons with us.
But I don't think Linda would be like, God damn it.
She'd be like,
oh, baby, we got to get you. Yeah. I'll bring my croutons. Which, by the way, let's eat more croutons just as is.
I was going to talk about this because during the pandemic, the height of the pandemic, I started buying bagged croutons because I was making a lot more salads for us. And when I didn't have enough snacks at home, the Pepperidge Farm bagged croutons, just eat those babies out of the bag.
Yeah,
They are seasoned to perfection.
Let's get some croutons next grocery trip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so, and tell us what Tina's doing.
Tina is prepping her veggies as she normally does, but quickly after that, she turns around and she runs off screen. She's got the lock around her neck. Skylar has gotten up. She took off her headphones. She went up to the screen. She's counting how many shrimp tails she sees on the floor that Gene's eating.
Okay, now I want to see what...
Now Skylar is trying to figure out what vegetables Tina is abandoning prepping as she runs off screen. She wants me to push play. Okay, so Tina has run off the screen. Skylar has still abandoned me and is up at the screen looking at the vegetables. She will report on what vegetables we see there. I see a knife, too.
Yeah.
Okay, Skylar, get your stuff back on and tell the folks at home what you discovered.
Okay, I think Gene has already eaten 13 shrimps.
Okay.
And
Did you add an S to the end of shrimps? Is it shrimp? It's shrimp. It's just shrimp.
You know why I did that?
Why?
Because of the birdcage shrimps.
Oh.
God.
Agador?
Yeah.
The shrimps.
He's eaten 13 shrimp already.
Okay. Good job, Gene.
And I think what's so cool about Tina leaving her post is that the produce is like very brightly colored. So I think it's a tomato, onion, and then there's something that looks like a steak to me. So I don't really know what
Is
that
the steak low or high? That's what I want to know. Okay, so she's run off the screen now. Her veggies are sitting there unused or uncut, not being cut, not being prepared. We hear this music that is kind of like a carousel version of the theme, I'd say.
Exactly.
Still waiting on Linda.
Okay, that sounds like a Spanish.
This music is playing in a restaurant because Linda's dancing to it, I assume.
Yeah.
As she comes to get the burger that Louise and Bob have put in the window.
Yeah.
So there's customer there.
Yep. Do you think to make Tina feel better about Mr. Goiter, they're like, we'll play some carousel music for you?
Yeah, why not? So Gene, at this moment, I paused it. His eyes have opened really wide. Do you think something's happening down there? Should we pay attention to Gene real quick?
Yeah.
I don't know if he's just enjoying eating or what. Oh no, so he just like when he is eating that shrimp, he is like staring straight ahead. He is in heaven.
But maybe, you know,
He's feeling the
maybe
the rumblies.
The rumbles.
He's
The
got the-
Chipotle rumbles.
He's got the rumblies. Oh,
Yeah.
You have specific rumbles you want to talk about.
Isn't that the joke? Like the Chipotle joke?
Yeah, or Taco Bell.
Or Taco Bell. I think
Yeah.
it's Taco Bell, yeah.
Well, hey, if either of you want to sponsor us, we'll edit that out. Just let us know. Okay, so
Can you please rewind it? Because, well, tell us what we just saw.
Tina makes her way back onto the screen from stage right, we'll call it.
That would be stage left, but right side of the screen.
So confusing. From the right side of the screen, she has the key in her hand
And she taps her dad on the hip.
to show him that she had got the key, which means that the reason Tina ran off was to go poop out the key.
Can we please rewind and see if it's a poop walk or just a regular walk?
When she comes back, or when she runs off,
Yeah.
I think it's her typical, like, arms down behind her,
Oh,
like,
so she's like, huh.
yeah, let's see how she runs off. I think there's like a, I gotta go.
Okay, well, let's watch. And you can see
Oh my god.
the bike lock on her neck while she's standing there.
Yeah, so
Oh!
she, at the very beginning, she turns her head to the left, and her eyes open up. She goes, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've gotta go.
Something's brewing. Oh!
She kind of sneakily tries to sneak off, and then she's like, no, I gotta go.
That's like, I'm walking normal, act like you're walking normal, and
Yeah.
she kind of goes
And
faster.
so I guess my answer to you would be yes. We get a little bit of poop walk.
Okay.
We get a like,
Official word is yes, Tina is poop walking.
when you've like, there's a certain point where you cross over where like you can try and play it cool, but then
Uh-huh.
it's like, I can't play it cool anymore. Otherwise there's going to be an emergency.
Something very
here.
uncool is
Yeah.
going to happen.
And you just go.
You gotta go.
So I think there's a little bit of both of that going on in that short period of time.
I think Gene might need that toilet pretty soon.
Yeah. Well, he can use the one upstairs. at home.
Or the black one.
Well, I don't know about that one. I don't know. I don't even know if that one is, if you can do number 2 in there.
Okay. Do we need to talk about some sanitary issues?
We do typically in these end credits sometimes. Bob scratches his butt. We've talked about that before, but you're talking about the key, right?
Yeah.
Do you think it's been rinsed off?
It could be rinsed off, but it's not sanitized.
How do you know? Maybe she did.
Count the seconds.
It's a short amount of time for her to run off,
Poop it out.
fish it out, poop it out, fish it out.
Did
rinse
she
it,
wash her hands?
Rinse it off, sanitize it, wash her. Yes, it's not
Mhm.
good. It's not
So
good.
what's Bob's reaction to that?
Let's see. He just looks at her. There's no real reaction.
Yeah,
there.
well, it cuts there.
Yeah.
I have to mention that Linda is really like swaying to this music. I think she's already into that bottle of wine.
Yeah, she's popped a few croutons and taken a few swigs.
Yeah.
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 Should we score them?
Yeah.
These are the last credits for season 4. We score on a scale of 1 to 10 H's at the end of Tina's Out.
I have locked my number in.
Okay. I'm going 10 again.
Me too.
Oh, there we
too.
go.
This is
2
so great.
back-to-back 10s for the 2-parter finale from season 4. Well done, Bob's cast and crew. These were 2 fantastic end credit sequences. This one, I think they did a great job. I want to just talk about them together here. I think they did a great job of going for like something completely different and fun and special, but ending it with what we love about this show, if that makes sense.
Yes, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
They push the boundaries, but at the end of the day, what we want at the end of a season is to feel that Bob's magic.
Yeah, we love the normal and the kitchen sequence with a little bit for everyone, pretty much,
Yes.
from what happened, what they were going through.
And I say this a million times, I'll say it again. It's so satisfying. The family goes through something chaotic, but then they come back together in their little safe space. And that just feels like what a real family is.
Yeah.
And it's the little details for me. Bob with his shoe, Tina with his lock around her neck, and the shrimp. Because the shrimp is such a small part of the episode that it's delightful to me.
And he's so cute sitting on the ground like that with his little like shirt pulled up in his belly.
So cute.
Yeah.
And Linda's like doing her thing. She's not worried about him. She's
Yeah.
not scolding him.
No, these kids are great. They're good to go. But also, we also know that Linda's been a little drinky.
I think she's been a little drinking.
Yeah. Anything else we want to talk about? This is the end of season 4. Great season.
Great season.
They really
They're Bob's
found
Burgers.
it. Yeah, it's official. I feel like they just know what this show is and what makes the show special and what's going to keep the show on for many seasons after this.
I'm really excited. We have the Halloween episode tonight of Bob's Burgers in like real life.
Yeah.
And watching this and these end credits makes me I'm just really excited to sit down with some dinner and
Croutons.
Maybe croutons and wine, and watch Bob's together as a family.
Me too.
I love it.
Yeah, and I'm excited to get into season 5 after this.
Very excited.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. So let's chat a little bit about season 4. Come talk to us on Instagram or Twitter, Bob's Credits. Come subscribe to our Patreon. Should be some new stuff up there right now. There's new stuff going up all the time.
We have Tina's crushes battling it out. We have
Halloween costumes. We've got
great horror movies.
Good recommendations for you. Other stuff that you should be watching. Stuff like it's a lot of fun over there. Patreon.com/Bob's Credits.
See you there.
Anything else you want to say before we get out of here and move on to season 5? Skylar just looked at like Gene does in the end credits when he's eating the shrimp. I don't know what happened there.
I'm just going to be classic because Bob's ended classic, so I'm just going to say, stay saucy.
I love it.